So it's interesting. Studies show that almost 100% of men report using pornography or viewing pornography at some time in their life. Just under 90% say they have viewed pornography sometime in the last year. And a little less than 50% say they have viewed pornography in the last week. One last interesting stat. Almost 70% of men that were in these studies say they feel somewhat to very guilty about using pornography and would like to stop, but it's become such a strong addiction, such a strong habit, they don't know how to stop. Guys, today I'm going to share with you 2 motivational reasons to quit pornography and 1 simple plan to do it. If you want to quit pornography, this video is for you. Welcome back, everyone. I'm David. This is the Mountain Men channel. Guys, this is the channel we try to help good men do great things. First in here, then in our families, then out in the culture. We're talking about porn today. 2 reasons you should quit pornography. Number 1, pornography, what you're seeing is kind of like the front door to this larger dark industry, every time called sex trafficking and sex slavery. And it's a huge international criminal activity where little boys and girls are literally stolen from their parents, stolen from their family, stolen from their community, and forced into deviant sexual acts that just damage them for life. Obviously, it's horrendous. It's awful. And guys, you say, well, David, I don't do child porn. I would never do child porn. Guys, you have to understand, when you hit go on pornography, that's like the front door, okay? And the whole industry is connected. And what and it's all designed to drag men further and further and further into this addiction because of the dopamine effect. So you may not do child pornography, but plenty of men do. And besides, you don't know that the women that you're looking at, who might be in the age range from 16 to say 23 or 24, which is that target range, you don't know that they weren't actually enslaved into doing what they're doing. You have no way to know. So it's all connected. So every time you hit go, every time you press that button and you start watching, you're funding one of the darkest, most evil industries in the world right now, and that should bother you. And guys, the second reason you want to stop pornography is because if you don't, God is going to kick your you-know-what, okay? God hates pornography, hates everything that's associated with it, and particularly because of what I just said earlier, that because it's connected to child pornography and sex slavery, the Bible says if you bring harm, if you cause a little one to even stumble, let alone sex trafficking and sex slavery of children, if you participate in that, the Bible says that it'd be better that a millstone were tied around your neck and you were thrown into the deep. You know, this is a 1,000-pound stone that they used to grind corn and grind the wheat. And better that were tied around your neck and you were thrown into the deepest sea than to cause one of these little ones to stumble. So guys, you have to understand, and I know some of you think that if you're a Christian, that you can participate in pornography, ask God's forgiveness, participate again, ask God's forgiveness. Guys, I'm not so sure it works that way. This is one of those issues that I think God is going to bring harsh punishment in this life and in the life to come to men who call themselves Christian but continue to participate in pornography. You've got to get the fear of God in you. So the Bible says that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. If you don't fear God enough to be convicted and very afraid about your pornography habit, if you don't fear God enough to do the hard work of breaking this habit, guys, then you're not very wise. The Bible says the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God. Okay, guys, let's talk about how to break pornography. Guys, I have a very simple plan. There's a lot of good plans out there. This one will work for most guys if you try it and you stick to it. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to fast from pornography for 42 days. You're going to fast. Now, people say, well, I thought fasting was abstaining from food. Fasting can be abstaining from anything, okay? So we're going to fast because we're not going to take a break. We're going to use the term fasting because it's going to bring a little bit of a religious context to it. We're going to give this up for God. We're going to give this up for our sake. We're going to give this up for our family's sake. And we're going to just abstain from it for 42 days. Why 42 days? Why 6 weeks? 6 weeks is about the time it takes to carve a new electrical pathway in your brain. You see, when you have what they call an antecedent, you have whatever trigger that says, okay, now I'm going to go towards pornography, that happening over and over and over again, you've developed a habit. And a habit is essentially an electrical groove carved in your brain from the thought to the action. So we're going to carve a new groove. You can actually develop good habits. You can develop habits of righteousness by practicing a habit for at least 6 weeks. So we're going to abstain for 6 weeks. We're going to put it on the counter. We're going to start today. We're going to hold on to these 2 conviction reasons we talked about, and we're going to set out to not participate in pornography for 42 days. Okay, fine. I'm on this plan. I get down 2 weeks and I fall off this plan. What do I do then? You simply start over. Now, some guys can nail this the first time. Some guys don't. Sometimes it takes 6 months. I've worked with guys where it takes 2 years. But guys, you have to understand this is a battle. It's a battle in the mind. It's a battle in the heart. And you're going to win this battle, but you've got to stay in the battle. So if you fall off the bandwagon, as they say, you're just going to simply pick yourself up. You're going to hold on to these 2 reasons to quit, and you're going to start all over. You're going to put a new date on the calendar. And gentlemen, if you will not ever, ever, ever quit this plan, somewhere between 42 days and a couple years, you will be free from pornography. So guys, that's my simple plan. 42 days, you're going to fast from it. You're going to use the word fast. You're going to put it on the calendar. If you fall off the bandwagon, you're just going to get back up that next day and you're going to restart again. If you stick to this plan, you will win this battle, and I hope you do. Guys, thanks for listening. I'm David. This is the Mountain Men channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and, of course, the notification bell right next to it, and give it a thumbs up if you would. Guys, I appreciate your time today. I'll see you in the next video.